Amidst the vast white snow of a wild northern land, a scene both tragic and strange appeared. A giant creature in the form of a majestic yak, but bent under a strange burden. Millions of mysterious black spheres, rough and clinging to its fur like a layer of diseased armor. Beside it, a pure white calf, bewildered and weak, was the only fragile hope in the ice. The mother creature's deep, mournful roar resounded, like a desperate cry for help in the cold silence. It seemed that the cry for help had crossed thousands of miles of ice. In the distance, the sound of a helicopter engine tore through the silence. An elite rescue team in orange protective suits landed from the huge helicopter. They were not alone. Jeeps and snowmobiles quickly arrived, turning the desolate, snowy landscape into a hotbed of activity. The rescue began. The rescue team approached the mother and child carefully. High-tech equipment was deployed. Handheld scanners, tablets displaying parameters, syringes at the ready. The mystery of the black spheres needed to be solved, and the lives of the mother and child were in danger. An injection containing a clear, faintly glowing blue solution was carefully inserted into one sphere. Then a whole bottle of the blue solution was poured over the diseased armor. The liquid spread, seemingly starting to react, disintegrating or neutralizing the strange parasite. Layer by layer, the spheres were cleaned with specialized brushes, with powerful jets of water and thick solutions of all colors, red, white, yellow, poured and sprayed as part of a complex process of purification and healing. Through dedicated hands and modern technology, the miracle gradually appeared. The rough black shell peeled off, revealing the pristine white fur underneath. After being cleaned, both mother and child were dried, wrapped in warm blankets and dressed in special protective clothing. A rare moment of peace as they were fed some fresh green grass. The rescue was successful. Both mother and child now have a free life. In the deep canyon, time seemed to stop. A giant elephant was attracted by a beehive with a strange structure. Curious, the powerful trunk reached up to explore. A small action, but it started a series of terrifying days. The structure shattered, falling to the ground, releasing a terrifying fury. Thousands, millions of small but ferocious bee warriors poured out like a dense black cloud. They rushed to attack, turning the seemingly impenetrable thick skin into the target of painful stings. Panic. The giant fled, trying to shake off the persistent insects. But they were everywhere, clinging tightly to his body, penetrating every wrinkle, every crevice. Painful and desperate, but the battle for survival had only just begun. Then a terrible transformation took place. The elephant's flesh began to roughen. Strange structures emerged, pockmarked like honeycombs, a horrible and painful symbiosis. The bees were not only attacking, they were transforming the host body. The great body now bore the mark of a living nightmare. In the midst of the most despair, a creature suddenly appeared. A small fox with sharp eyes cautiously approached. It was not afraid, but seemed attracted by the strange sight and the suffering of its giant friend. A fragile, unexpected bond arose between the two of different species. As if sensing something, the fox turned away, quickly gliding across the grassland. And then a shepherd boy appeared, his eyes innocent but filled with determination. The boy and the fox seemed to understand each other without words, running together, carrying an urgent distress message. A fragile ray of hope in the vast desert. Hope does not die. From the sky, the sound of the engine roared. A rescue helicopter appeared, carrying modern technology and compassion. Thermal imaging determined the location. A professional team was deployed. They did not fear the danger, approaching the creature in pain. The rescue began. Gloved hands carefully handled the horrifying structure. Medicine was injected. Ointment was applied to the oozing wounds. Step by step, they fought to regain life for the giant, removing the nightmare that was haunting it. Vital signs were closely monitored. Each heartbeat was a hope. And then a miracle happened. The hideous shell disappeared, returning to its original healthy form. The elephant was cared for with great care, given the sweet gifts of life, juicy watermelons, fresh carrots. The little fox also shared the care, and the brave boy also received a reward for his kindness. The sunset fell, dyeing the entire steppe golden. The giant now stood tall and majestic beside his loyal little fox friend. In the dark blue sky, the air inside the rescue helicopter was thick with tension. Each pair of sharp eyes hidden behind a pair of specialized binoculars was eagerly watching a mysterious target below the ground. They were experts sent to carry out an urgent mission, their faces showing high concentration, mixed with indescribable anxiety. In the middle of the green grassland was the image of a beautiful creature, a zebra. But something was wrong. The poor animal's back was covered with a strange, creepy shell, dense with strange, rough objects, looking like thousands, tens of thousands of ticks or some kind of scary parasite clinging to its body. Through the lens, the parasite layers seemed to be constantly changing, sometimes like grains, sometimes wriggling like insects, sometimes bristling like sharp thorns. Their faces shared the same worry and determination. The zebra lay there exhausted, occasionally raising its head in pain, gasping for breath, helpless before the terrible invasion of its body. It tried to roll around, trying to shake off the diseased coat, but to no avail. The helicopter landed. Teams of experts in protective suits cautiously approached the exhausted zebra. Ignoring the fear of the mysterious parasite, they sprang into action. Specialized sprays were activated, spraying directly at the disgusting creatures. A silent but fierce battle took place right on the animal's back. Large patches of parasites, whether insects, sharp thorns, or rough skin, began to peel off under the influence of chemicals and the skillful intervention of the rescue team, like peeling off a layer of diseased coat, returning the original black and white skin. After tireless efforts, the last layer of parasites was finally completely removed. Experts quickly checked the health condition, injected the necessary medicine, the medicine of hope. The zebra, although still weak, could feel the relief. Under the warm sunlight of the savannah, the zebra was now healthy, leisurely grazing. Peace had returned to the vast green savannah.